What's up? Okay, so we're gonna do a quick review on some of the complex number stuff. Things that you need to know. So, let's make sure that I can see I on there. Yeah, okay. So you're gonna treat I just like it's any other variable, just like it's an X, okay? In almost all situations. So if I end up with something like I plus 3 plus 2i minus 4, okay? You're gonna treat that exactly like you would if those i's were x's, okay? So let's do this. Let's pretend let's say it's a negative, okay? One of the big mistakes I'm seeing people do is they forget to distribute this negative, so let's make sure we do that. So we have I plus 3, distribute the negative, minus 2i plus 4, okay? Now I'm just gonna combine like terms. So I minus 2i is gonna make negative I, 3 plus 4 is 7. So that's how we do that one, okay? Now, does this work better? That's better. Okay, so now let's imagine that we do something different this time. So let's have 2i plus 4 times 3i minus. So what a lot of people are forgetting to do in this situation is that you need to FOIL this. So I'm going to go first. So that'd be 6i squared. Outer is going to make negative 12i. Inner is going to make positive 12i. Ooh, I didn't even mean to do that. They're going to cancel. And then last is going to make negative 24. This is actually going to be really interesting. I didn't mean to do it, but right away, I'm going to see that negative 12i plus 12i cancel each other out. So I'm going to go 6i squared minus 24. Now, here's a big rule for I, okay? You have to remember that anytime you see I squared, can you see that? Let's see. Yep, all right. I squared, every single time you see it, is always equal to negative 1, every single time, okay? So I'm gonna take negative 1, I'm gonna put it here. So I've got 6 times negative 1 minus 24, which makes negative 6 minus 24, which makes negative 30 for my answer. A lot of times in these, there's still gonna be an I term. I just accidentally made one where the I term canceled out. My bad, but there could potentially still be an I term on this. If you have any questions with this stuff, like come ask me. Another thing, hi Miranda. I'm just making a video for the people that are doing complex. We're doing a PFA today, so people that are doing complex numbers, I want them to have a resource without me having to take 20 minutes to do it. No, I'm talking to my phone. Hopefully it's recording. Is it recording? Yeah. Okay, there's this other, well, let's, real quick before we go to this other thing about eyes, I do want to say this, okay? If you have something like x squared and cubed root like that, so that is going to be equal to x, and then I take this and make it the top of my fraction exponent, and this becomes the bottom of my fraction exponent. Okay, so being able to translate back and forth between this form and this form is going to be really important in the PFA. So if you have any questions about that, come ask me, okay? And if you're not sure, look at a couple of diagnostic questions. Okay, finally, there's this weird thing where they're going to give you stuff like I to the 43rd power or something like that. So here's what I want you to recognize, okay? I to the first power is just I, all right? I squared, remember that we said every single time you see I squared, we change it to a negative 1. Now, I to the third would be just like doing I, so it's I to the first and then I to the second, so I times negative 1 would just make negative I, and then I to the fourth would be like negative I times I. So you would get, or it'd be like doing I squared times I squared, so you just get 1. So I'm talking to my phone. So this pattern repeats itself over and over and over again. So if I have I to the first, it's that. I to the second is that. I to the third is that. I to the fourth is that. Now, if I go on, I to the fifth, Justin, this is for you.
Teaching.
It's a video for you since you're going to try and pass complex numbers today.
Oh, that would suck if I just knocked the phone over.
Well, I mean, we just pick it back up. So, hey, Justin, tell me if, are you in here right now? You're just going to the bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay. So, people, this pattern repeats itself over and over and over again. So, I to the fifth is just I. I to the seventh would be negative I. I to the 11th would be negative I. I to the 10th would be negative 1. So if they give me I to the 43rd, I want to figure out where it fits in here. And I'm going to teach you a trick, okay? If I do 9 divided by 4, I'm going to get a number that ends in a 0.25. If I do 10 divided by 4, I'm going to get a number that ends in a 0.5. If I do 11 divided by 4, I'm going to get a number that ends in a 0.75. And this one will end without a decimal. All you do is take that number and divide it by 4. So 43 divided by 4 would be 10.75. Okay? 10.75 ends in a 0.75, so I look here. So I to the 43rd is just negative I. You could do that with any number here. Divide it by 4, see where it falls, and then look at these. Okay? If you want to copy this down on a piece of paper and have it with you while you're doing your test, that's completely fine. Okay? If you have any questions at all over this stuff, come ask me before you take the PFA.